Hi, my name is Thomas Pedersen and welcome to this quick empty slump workout. It's a little bit stronger than some of the other workouts I've done, so bear that in mind. You may get some upper back achiness after doing it, but that's part of getting stronger and getting better posture. So we're coming onto all fours. Make sure your knees are comfortable, maybe bolstering them onto some cushions or something like that, because you're going to be here for a while. Coming into the cat. So we're just arching the back, we're looking up to the ceiling. And as we breathe out, we round the back, we tuck the pelvis under, arching up as far as we can. Back and forwards between the two ends of the movements. The elbows are always slightly bent. The whole palms are pressing into the floor, especially the knuckles of the second fingers. Every time we go back and forward, we just make that movement a little bit bigger, encouraging extension in the middle back. The middle back is never going to extend as much as other parts of the spine, but we try and get it to move just that little bit further. Mobilizing it, warming it up for what's to come. Making sure we don't overextend the neck. Make sure we really tuck the pelvis under. Then we drop back into child. Still reaching forward with the hands. Resting the hips back onto the heels if the knees allow. Just staying here for a moment. Back up on all fours. Getting into a neutral cat position. And then we're just going to walk the knees back further. So we're just lengthening the cat, which will just make it a little bit more noticeable that you can work the middle back more. So we're still arching and rounding just like we did in the cat before, but now we're really focusing even more on the middle back and upper back. We're remembering to keep the elbows nice and bent, remembering to press the whole of the palms into the floor, making sure the knees are still comfortable. And then we walk the hands forwards. Now it becomes a very long arched cat. Also just warms the shoulders up for what's to come. So arching back and forwards, encouraging that range of movement. Every single cycle we're moving further. We drop the hips back in line with the knees. We reach forward with the hands. We drop down, trying to get the front of the chest down to the floor. Maybe looking forwards if the neck allows. Otherwise look down to the floor. The shoulders are being put under a bit of pressure here, so make sure they're comfortable. But we're pressing, we're extending the back. We're trying to get the chest onto the floor. Keeping the arms strong. Maybe just drop the elbows down, drop the head down, just rest here for a moment. We're still getting the stretch, but we're just taking a bit of load out of the arms and the head. Still pressing the chest down towards the floor. Then we come back up. Elbows off, reaching forward, pressing the chest down to the floor. Walking the hands back. Back into child. Still reaching forward with the arms are not relaxing. We're rounding our back. Then we walk the hands over to the right. We're pressing the left hip back towards our heel, reaching forward with the left arm, getting a lovely stretch on the left side of the body. Rib cage opening. Walking into the middle and across to the left. Same thing on the right, pressing the right hip back, right arm forwards. Lovely opening stretch in the rib cage on the right. Just warming up the sides. Because obviously a lot of the restriction in the middle back comes from the rib cage. So we need to just take that along with us. Coming down onto our fronts. Up in the elbows. And just grab hold of the opposite elbow with your hands to measure the distance. Interlace your hands into the tripod contact. The elbows are underneath the shoulders. We sag down. Then we press up. So we're working the shoulder blade muscles here, really activating them. So every time we sag down, we relax everything. And every time we push up, we're pushing up. We're also pulling the elbows back towards our hips, pressing the forearms into the floor, pressing the chest forwards. Sagging down. Back up, chest forward, elbow back. Strength. And down. And then we end up in a nice strong position here. Then we start doing the cat. So again, here obviously we're not going to get as far as we did in other positions because the low back is taken out of the equation here. So we really have to use the neck and the upper back. But be careful not to overuse the neck. It's fine to really mobilize the neck, but we don't want to overuse it. So really try and see if you can focus the activity into the upper back. So you'll see that my upper back doesn't move that much, but it does move, and yours can as well. But we need the head movement for any movement to happen. So do allow the head to move. Coming down on the floor. hands under the shoulders. Just rest here for a moment. Coming back up, back into child. Still reaching forward with the hands. Still pressing the hips back onto the heels if the knees allow. Allow the head to drop down and relax. We're going to come into down facing dog just to unload the knees for a bit. Pedaling the feet. If you want to know more about down dog alignments, it's worth watching my sun salutation video where I go into more detail about why I go in and out of the down dog like this. Still pedaling the feet back and forwards a little bit. We come back down on all fours. Just a couple of little cats here just to mobilize again. Maybe noticing if it's any looser. Is it starting to move a little bit more in that upper back? Can you extend a bit more? Now we're coming into more strength work. So we're going to come into some cobra variation. So we're lifting the head off the floor. We're squeezing the shoulder blades back as far as you can. We're pushing them down towards the hips as well. Keeping the chin tucked in. Lift the hands up. Really keep that chin tucked in, otherwise the neck's going to get tight. Squeezing the shoulder blades back. And resting down. Coming back up. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Down towards the hips. Lifting the hands off the floor. Stay here, chin tucked in. The legs are as relaxed as we can make them. Don't overwork the legs. Hands to the floor. Come back down flat. Head up. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Same position. Arms out to the side this time. Palms to the front. Bring them back. Try and get the back of the hands touching each other behind you. Reach back through the arms. Length through the arms. Shoulder blades still squeeze back. Arms out to the side. Hands underneath the shoulders. Back to the floor. Lifting up again. Squeezing shoulder blades. Chin tucked in. Arms out to the side. Bringing the arms back again. Reaching back through those arms. Squeezing the shoulder blades back. Our legs are as relaxed as we can. Remember to keep that chin tucked in. Arms back under the shoulders. Back down. Back up. Squeeze shoulder blades. So you got the hang of this rhythm now. Coming back. Now this time we're going to engage the legs as well. But rather than lifting them really high, we're reaching back through the legs. Getting a full body extension here. Legs down. Hands under the shoulders. Back down. Rest there for a moment. Same thing again. Squeezing up. Out to the side. Arms back. And then the legs come up. Reaching back through the legs. Lifting as high as you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Chin tucked in. Length through the neck. Maybe now looking forward slightly. Just to see what that feels like. Legs to the floor. Hands underneath the shoulders. Rest down again. Come up on all fours. Back into child. And once you get more used to this workout, you might then decide to redo the cobra sequence here, just to build more strength. But initially 1 round is alright. Just resting here in the child. Before we go into down facing dog. So tuck the toes under, back into down dog again. Elbows slightly bent, pressing the palms into the floor, pedaling the feet side to side. Stretching those legs out, keeping the back nice and strong. Noticing if you can press the chest down towards the floor, can you lengthen the back a bit more here? And just coming into plank before we finish, just to strengthen everything. So we're making sure we're not sagging between the shoulder blades, we're pressing up. Elbows are slightly bent, pulling the hands towards each other. Legs are straight, chin tucked in. Just resting here for a moment. And yes, it is a rest. Knees down, back into child. And this time we're really going to relax. We're going to allow the hands to come to our sides, palms to the ceiling, allow the shoulders to round, head relaxing down, the whole back is rounding. And hopefully you feel like you've had a nice workout now. Remembering there might be a little bit of aches after, but that's part of getting stronger. Thank you for watching.